Let's hit it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Battle with Miles and Quinn. Today's Tuesday, July 28th, and we got a great show coming up for you today. We'll be back after these words.
It's a pillowcase, creepy case, it's our face. Everywhere you'll ever go, people will say, people will know, that's creepy case, it's their face. Creepy case, the pillowcase, we're the best, we help you rest, everything is great. We can help you sleep better-ish, kind of not, oh wait, we're hot. Creepy case, we help you sleep, cause it's our face. Every day, every way, we help you sleep and we help you play.
Acting up before us to settle on our pending lawsuit.
Hello folks and welcome back to the show. Those were some great words. And so today we got episode 14 coming up for you today. And we got a great episode. We're going to be talking about sports coming back. We got baseball, we got basketball, we got football. We're kind of changing it up a little bit. You know, been sticking to football lately. Now we're going to change it up. We got the basketball added in. We got some baseball. You know, it's going to be a great episode. So, yeah. But before we hop into it, we did not post last week. Big bummer, obviously. You know, that's 2 weeks that we didn't post, like, the week after or something like that, you know. But, you know, summer's been keeping all of us really busy, so it's tough to find times to record. But we're recording now, so we got a great show. And, yeah, you want to hop right into it, Miles?
Yes, I sure do. As Quinn said, today is the 15th episode of Sports Babble, so yahoo, 15. And
14th.
we are talking about and we are going to be talking about how sports are opening back up. And why don't we start it off with something different? Let's start it off with basketball.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good. All right, so Miles, do you want to start, or how do you want to
You
go
can
about?
start.
All right, so you know, sports coming back. You know, basketball, I think they've had maybe 1 or 2 games so far. You know, they're going into like a little tournament type thing. There's a bunch of teams coming back, but you know, it's tough to have sports without fans, because you know there's no fans in their stadiums. So it's definitely going to be weird for them playing with no fans. I think it would be weird, like, Miles, imagine pulling up to a basketball game and there was no one there. Like, what do you think? That would be so weird, right?
Yeah, it would definitely be super weird. I mean, how would that even really
I mean, I guess
shape
it makes it more like a practice. You know, like when you're scrimmaging, normally your parents are there watching. I guess it would be or like fans in our situation, parents, but I guess it would make it more like a scrimmage at practice. You know, it's just kind of it's it's interesting. But it's great that they could come back and just get back into the season because like a lot of you, it's kind of weird to listen to a live sport. Haven't heard one of those in months. So yeah.
Yeah, and having no fans, it would probably feel more like an exhibition game than it would feel like an actual regular season game or maybe even a playoff game. So it's definitely going to be something strange, and it's really never happened before. And some teams will benefit and some teams won't. So I don't know. We'll just really have to see where it goes for basketball.
Yeah, every sport's going to be different for, like, I feel like the main aspect is going to be the fans, like how it affects them.
Yeah, that's definitely going to probably shape up to be the biggest impact of the season for this. Plus, having it delayed, basketball would probably already be over by now. So, it's delayed, so they're playing in the summer with warmer temperatures. So, there are less fans, which will make it a little warmer, but warmer temperatures, so the players are getting warmer, and the hotter they are, the less likely they're going to be able to play sort of an entire game or something like that. So not just the fans, but the heat aspect is also something big.
Yeah. So we're getting on early in the show, but how about we send it on over to our executive producer Noah with his thoughts.
Okay, thanks, Quinn. So I just wanted to add something about the what day was it when we watched the first MLB game?
I feel like it was maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah, and we saw in the background there was those cardboard cutouts. So my question was, do you think they'll have cardboard cutouts in the maybe basketball games?
I'm not really sure, watching that game with the cardboard cutouts, it was definitely a little weird. Like, we saw like a baby in the stands, a dog. It was a little interesting, but I never know. Maybe that was just a baseball thing. I didn't see any when I was looking at basketball games. I didn't see any cardboard cutouts. Maybe, I'm not really sure, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of the things where coaches and owners are giving more indications on what their players are feeling and, doing scrimmages and stuff where I'm not really sure they've talked about cardboard cutouts or anything like that. I don't think they've really had time for that.
Yeah. So, some technical difficulties. But I think you want to move on to our next sport.
All right, so we often talk about football, so let's get it going. Let's talk about football.
Football, the pride and joy of sports babble. So, Miles, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, so football is a much different case than baseball and basketball because they officially said that they're going to have a season the day that Major League Baseball really started and and everybody played. So that's a bright spot in the world of sports on that specific day, especially because the Red Sox won. And one of the big things with football is some stadiums aren't letting fans in and some stadiums are, like MetLife is not letting any fans in, but Gillette Stadium is allowing 20 to 30% capacity in the stands. So I'm not really sure how that'll work. I also don't really know about cardboard cutouts. They have them in the Puppy Bowl, so we could see them in football. But as of right now, football is planned to start and no preseason, and that with the new playoffs next year, it's going to be a weird format, and this is definitely going to be probably the strangest football season of all time.
Yeah, as many of you may have heard, you're only allowed to have, for training camp, you're only allowed to have an 80-man roster by a certain date. And you may have a 90-man roster, but if you do, you have to split up practices, which is a little weird. So you got to put like half your team on at one field and the other half somewhere else. So just to like keep it more spread out. And also Oakley had made a clear face mask that can attach to a football helmet, which have been very highly recommended, but not necessary. It's an option for players, and also players get the chance if they would like to opt out of the 2020 season, like I think 3 or 4 Patriots players did, including Dante Hightower. They chose to not be in the 2020 season.
Yeah, Quinn. A bunch of players from football and baseball are opting out of the season. Like you said, one of the big ones, Dante Hightower, but 3 more players opted out over the past few days. Cowboys cornerback Maurice Candy, Patriots fullback Danny Vitale, and Washington defensive end Caleb Brantley have opted out of the 2020 season due to the pandemic. So, it is kind of going to hurt some teams like New England. Not having Hightower there is a gigantic blow, and also losing a fullback. But honestly, I do think that with the fines in place for opting out, I don't think that as many people like in the Major League Baseball season are going to opt out, but I do think a few will.
Yeah, and speaking of Washington, wow. So, as many of you heard, Washington Redskins is no longer Washington's football name.
Bomber.
But there's something about football in there. The Washington football team. Wow. Like,
Yeah.
that's just, I can't, it's still really weird to me. Like, it's really tough to imagine what their logo might look like. Miles said the other day, I think, like maybe a little more like the Browns, maybe a helmet, maybe a letter, something like that. Maybe a football. You never really know. But the Washington football team, it just surprised us all. Quite an interesting name.
Yeah, the Washington Redskins is no longer a name like Quinn said. They're the Washington football team, and it is a temporary name, so we're probably not going to be hearing it for a while until they choose another name. But from now on, it is the name in place until they choose another one, so I guess we're going to have to probably get used to it.
Yeah, for a little while, but we'll get used to it along with the Las Vegas Raiders, which still is a little weird to me.
Honestly, that one's kind of stranger than the Washington football team.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And back to another football aspect, we have also had a big trade in the NFL recently. As many of you know, a lot of teams have been looking at signing Jamal Adams, the former Jets safety. I think he's maybe the best safety in the league. Great safety all around. But he has been traded, and he has been traded to the Seattle Seahawks. So we'll see how that works out for the Seahawks next year. It might help them out not having Jadeveon Clowney because he's still a free agent and hasn't been re-signed.
Yeah, the Jets traded Jamal Adams to the Seattle Seahawks for 3 picks, including 2 first rounds, and they also traded some players who are really under the radar, and those are not going to have any immediate effect on the Seahawks. But I feel like this is a big trade, and Seattle's really stacking their team. And honestly, I felt like they could have made it to the Super Bowl, but I feel like this just really pushes and this really helps their team because this will help make their defense better with, Bobby Wagner and Earl Thomas. So I think that this is a great move by Seattle, but they do give up a couple first-round picks and another pick, so we'll really have to see if Jamal Adams really plays as good as he has played or if he turns out to be a bust.
Yeah, it would definitely be a huge bummer for the Seahawks if Jamal Adams doesn't play up to his potential this next upcoming season, because last year he did really well, which put him on a lot of teams' radar, and so the Seahawks decided to make a move, and it would be a big bummer for them if that didn't work out, considering they definitely need to work a little bit on their defense if that was something that they need to work on.
Yeah, so we talked about football for a little while, but now let's talk about Major League Baseball, who their season has came back, and it's getting a lot of people really excited.
Before we do that, Noah had something to say, so let's send it over to our executive producer, Noah Lynch.
Okay, so do you think it's like a weird time for someone to be trading teams, especially with the pandemic going on?
Well, obviously moving during a pandemic, it's obviously really weird. He definitely won't be moving very soon. It's definitely gonna be a little while until he moves. So, it will definitely be weird because I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he's moving from New York, the East Coast, to Seattle, West Coast. So he's moving pretty much across the country. So that'll be an interesting change for him.
And one more thing before we move on to baseball, Miles. Speaking of the Seahawks, Russell Wilson has recently had a newborn baby. Great news for him. But they did decide to name him Win. So Russell Wilson must be all about winning, huh? So we'll see if that comes into play next year with all the winning that's going on.
Let us know in the comments below.
And also about winning, or about birthdays, not winning. Miles had a birthday recently, so
Yeah, and
happy birthday.
Quinn's being a little modest because it is actually his birthday today. So, yay. Happy birthday, Quinn.
So I think that wraps it up for the football section. Let's move it on to baseball, and then we'll do commercial break. So, Miles, start us off.
So Major League Baseball has came back, and it is just, I'm so excited because it's the first sport to really come back. And although my team, the Red Sox, isn't doing very good, it's still super fun to watch, and it's kind of weird because there are no fans in the stands, so home runs are always a little weird, and us Red Sox fans know that pretty well, right? Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of change, and they do have cardboard cutouts, and sometimes the mascots are in the stands, and ceremonial first pitches are a little different, so pretty much everything's really different, and umpires and players are opting out of the season a lot more than football. So it is super strange, and it's just, and some players are getting the virus, which is not great. But I hope that they're doubling down on safety protocols, as the Miami Marlins have had a COVID-19 outbreak in their system. So I'm really hoping that all the players stay safe, and if they can't have the players stay safe, I think that they actually will cancel the season.
Yeah, they might cancel the season. A big thing that would help, not really help because it's not a good thing, but that would increase the chance of canceling the season is, like you said, the Miami Marlins having a big breakout in COVID-19 cases. So, but I wonder if the players are enjoying playing, with all the cardboard cutouts. Like, it's really fun when you have your team there to cheer you on. It really hypes you up. But when it's just like a cardboard cutout and you hit it into the stands or something, if you hit a home run and it's like a, what noise? It's like a can't think of the word, electronic noise. It must be really weird, and you never know if it's like maybe makes them not like it as much.
Yeah, I do know that some of the players have had fun with the cardboard cutouts where, they're customizing them, and like you said, there's some dogs and some babies, and some of the players on a few teams were dialing in their focus and their range by throwing baseballs at the cardboard cutouts and trying to knock them down. So, I don't know, that's definitely different, but as long as there are people in the stands, I'm cool with baseball being back.
Yeah. It's definitely a great thing. So, anything else to add? Noah, you got anything to add about anything like basketball, football, baseball, anything you got?
Well, the one weird thing is, there's no one out there to catch the ball when, when they hit it.
No more game balls.
Yeah. Cardboard cutouts might get one.
Yeah, bring one home.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Do you want to talk about the YouTube?
Oh, yeah. We haven't spoke about that yet. So, last week we posted our Cam Newton video on YouTube.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. And then after that, we did end up posting all the commercials and our intro music on YouTube. So if you ever want to listen to them, you can. They're right there. If like one's your favorite and you really like to listen to them, aka Creepy Case, then you can listen to them. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and just watch all of our videos. That would really help us out. And turn on the bell notification to never miss an upload. So we're hopping into our commercial break, and we'll be back after these words.
Boo boo on your arm. We at Kid Clinic are here for your needs. Our entire staff of doctors, nurses, and practitioners have graduated from the highest levels of elementary education. And most of all, we care. We care. We care.
Wait, you're just a kid.
Relax, Mr. Schwartz. I'm a Band-Aid expert. Working at the Kid Clinic has been a dream come true and a huge step for my career. And recess is always fun. Thank you, Kid Clinic.
Hello, everybody. That was an excellent word from our sponsors. And now, let's get into everybody's favorite part of the show. The listener questions.
And trivia.
And helmet whack.
Yes. The very desired helmet whack.
Yeah, let's go.
Me and Miles are going to win this time, right, Miles?
And then Noah will have to be helmet whacked.
Big dubs. So yeah, let's hop right in. Noah, we're sending it over to you.
Well, do you want to send it over to me, or do you want to talk about Bacon Bros and Sports Babble?
Well, Bacon Bros. As you see, Miles got the not official, but Miles does have a Bacon Bros apron. Really amazing. So Bacon Bros, we are working on stuff, making sure everyone has access to our website so they can edit stuff, working on merch, trying to figure out what we want to use to make our merch, all that stuff, all like the dirty work, I guess. So we will be doing more stuff, though. Trust me on that. So, yeah, Miles, you want to say anything?
Yeah, bacon is awesome, and so are we. And Bacon Bros is our fantasy. Okay. Anyway, so I would really appreciate if you guys check out Bacon Bros and the Sports Babble website. That would help us out so much. And in the comments, let us know what piece of merch is your favorite.
Yeah. So if you let us know, we'll probably look at the ones that are the one that has the most, and that'll probably be the first one to be released.
All right, now let's get into the listener question / trivia
of the day. Noah, go ahead.
Okay. So, first I want to say, don't forget, for anybody listening, don't forget to email sportsbabble at sportsbabbleVT@gmail.com for any listener questions or ideas about the show. It would be great. We would most definitely put them in the show, ask them in the show, and yeah, it would just be great. Don't you guys agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so how about we get into the listener questions? So this kind of goes back a little bit when you guys were talking about like the fans and stuff. So or not the fan. Let me just ask the first question. Are you in favor of sports coming back? Do you think it would just be better if they just skipped the year of sports, or are you guys just in favor of sports coming back, like basketball, football, baseball?
Well, it's definitely awesome to hear a live sport on a television. It makes everything a lot different. I definitely miss that sound, basketball, baseball, football, or not football yet, but basketball and baseball. I mean, I'm in favor if everyone can stay healthy. If the teams in all the sports can figure out how to keep everyone safe and away from the virus, then definitely in favor. But if not, like we were kind of saying earlier, they might have to end up canceling the season.
Yeah, really, I love sports and I love listening and watching sports, but the biggest concern is the players and fans' safety and health. So if people can't be safe, then I think that they should cancel the seasons. But if people can be safe, then I think that it's definitely good for sports to come back.
Yeah, because, would you rather have sports now and people get sick, but then your favorite players never play sports again, or would you have them for the next 4 or 5 seasons is the thing. But for now, they've been just getting started, so we'll see which railroad track they go on.
Mm-hmm. So you guys kind of said that you guys would be affected by no fans, but do you think the players will be?
I definitely think that some of them will and some of them won't. Like I said already, the Houston Astros, they will definitely be affected in a good way because, as we know, they all cheated, and a bunch of people were probably going to go to their games and boo them very loudly. And some teams that don't really get a lot of fans, they're also going to be affected in a positive way. But, teams that really get a lot of fans, like the Patriots, who they have really good traveling fans, I think they're going to be affected by not seeing all of the fans that they have. So, I guess it's really some players will be and some players won't be.
Yeah, like Miles said, it's kind of just, it's a personal thing, I guess. Like, it's I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's an if situation. Like, if this player, I don't know how to say it. Some players will and some players won't, Some players really like the fans to, hype them up in the game. It's something that gets them motivated. And some other players just, they're not necessarily don't like fans, but they might just like it better when they're just playing alone.
Yep. All right, next question.
Well, that was the next question. I just kind of, But, so that means that we're moving on to the, trivia. So, last trivia, you guys said it was too difficult. I mean, you guys kind of know this stuff. Yeah. So, I kind of made it a little bit easier. I thought you guys might know it. So the question is, what year was the first ever MLB game?
God.
All right, what are our options?
Okay, so it's either 1869, 1880, 1875, or 1840.
When 1840. I'm gonna say 18. Wait, what was the 1871?
1875.
I'm gonna say 1875.
Okay, 1875.
You know what, Miles? We talked about this before. Just say the same one so no one has to get hit. But I actually was thinking that one. I'm going 1875.
1875.
He's not laughing, folks.
He's smiling.
Okay, so it actually is 1869.
Oh, I thought that one first.
Yeah, that was that's pretty far ago. I mean, what show was it or movie was it that we watched and they had some funny thing about baseball?
Ridiculous Six.
Yeah, so in that range or something.
All right, so me and Miles both got it wrong again. That was definitely a little bit easier than Cam
Was
Newton
that
one.
reasonable?
That was reasonable.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I hate you.
Okay, let's move on to the whacking of the helmet of the heads.
I got dibs on first.
Okay, I'm going to commentate
I
it.
got first whack.
All right, so Miles is standing up. Miles is just about to, with the Bacon Bros apron on. Yeah, we got the Bacon Bros apron, not official because it came off Amazon. But all right, got the mask for safety. 6 feet, but whoops. Okay, Miles is kneeling. Noah is getting ready to slap. Here we go, lifting his hand, and oh! Gosh, That one must have hurt. That was a tough one, folks. Time for my turn. Oh boy, let's go.
All right, let's go. Warning. What's up, guys? It's me again. Well, it's the birthday boy with the official birthday whack. With the mask for safety. All right, ready? The double whack. The double whack. The birthday slap. Double whack. Quinn just fought the farm. If that's the expression, I'm not really sure. So everybody, that was a super fun episode. And we strongly encourage you guys to like, favorite, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and don't do personalized, do all. And then tell your friends to subscribe.
Tell your dog, tell your cat, tell everyone.
And then we will have more episodes out for you. Also, it's Quinn's birthday, so wish him happy birthday in the comments section down below. And we will see you guys next time.
On Sports Babble with Miles and Quinn.
Subscribe.
And like.